Have you ever wondered if AI could replace software engineers? With the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, it's easy to imagine a future where coding might become obsolete. But is that really the case? Today, we'll dive into the impact AI is having on software engineering and how the role of the developer is evolving. Welcome to AI with Win, where we explore the latest tech innovations shaping the future. In this video, we'll uncover the truth about AI's role in coding, backed by insights from industry leaders and hard data from the latest benchmarks. Over the past year, we've seen rapid developments in AI's ability to write and debug code, and with tools like OpenAI's ChatGPT and AlphaCode 2, the industry is changing fast. But it's not all doom and gloom. While AI is definitely making strides, the idea that it's about to completely replace developers might not be as inevitable as some think. Today, we'll explore how far AI has come, especially in the last few months, and what that means for software engineers. We'll look at the hard data, recent benchmarks like SWE Bench, and discuss predictions from industry leaders like AWS CEO Matt Garman and OpenAI's Sam Altman. We'll also break down whether tools like Deven AI and AlphaCode 2 are living up to the hype. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the role AI is currently playing in software engineering, what it can and can't do, and how the job of a software engineer is evolving because it's not just about writing code anymore. If you're a developer or thinking of getting into the field, you'll want to pay attention as the next 24 months could be pivotal for your career. Predictions and insights from industry leaders. With tech giants and industry leaders making bold predictions, it's clear that the future of coding is on the brink of a major transformation. We'll break down these predictions, look at hard data and benchmarks, and explore what this means for developers like you. Let's dive into a key perspective shared by AWS CEO Matt Garman. During an internal fireside chat held in June, which Business Insider recently reported on, Garman shared some intriguing predictions about the future of software engineering. He suggested that, within the next 24 months, just 2 years, there's a possibility that many developers might not be actively coding. But before we jump to conclusions, let's break down what he really meant. Garman wasn't suggesting that developers will become obsolete or that their jobs will disappear. Instead, he framed this shift as an evolution of the role. According to Garman, coding is essentially a language we use to communicate with computers. However, the real skill lies in innovation and creating valuable solutions for end users. His point is that while the tools and models for coding may advance significantly, the core value of software engineers will remain in their ability to innovate and understand user needs. Think about it. As AI tools become more sophisticated, they could handle a lot of the routine and repetitive coding tasks. This shift might allow developers to focus on higher level challenges like designing groundbreaking features and understanding complex user requirements. So rather than diminishing the role of developers, AI could actually amplify their impact by freeing them from mundane tasks. Garmin's prediction about the next 2 years highlights a broader trend in technology: the continuous evolution of tools and their impact on professional roles. While the exact timeline and extent of these changes are hard to predict, the focus will likely shift more towards leveraging AI for coding tasks and less on manual coding itself. This means that developers will need to adapt and enhance their skills in areas like creativity, problem solving, and user-centric design. Here's an interesting twist. As AI becomes more capable, we might actually see an increase in demand for software engineers in the short term. Why? Because while AI and tools can handle a lot, they still require skilled developers to guide and refine them. More people are getting into coding because of these advanced tools, but without a solid understanding of how the code works, they'll be stuck in a basic mode of operation. This shift is not just about making coding easier, it's about evolving the role of software engineers into something more strategic. In the future, developers might not just write code, but orchestrate how different pieces of software work together. This change could lead to new job opportunities and a higher demand for those who can navigate and manage these advanced systems effectively. Now, Garmin's perspective is just one piece of the puzzle. Other industry leaders have also weighed in on the future of software engineering. For instance, Imad Mustak from Stability AI made a bold prediction in 2023, suggesting that human programmers might become a rarity within 5 years. His forecast was based on the growing presence of AI generated code on platforms like GitHub and the increasing integration of AI tools into everyday tech. NVIDIA's CEO took a slightly different angle.
I want to say something, and it's going to sound completely opposite of what people feel. Over the course of the last 10 years, 15 years, almost everybody who sits on a stage like this would tell you it is vital that your children learn computer science. Everybody should learn how to program. And in fact, it's almost exactly the opposite. It is our job to create computing technology such that nobody has to program and that the programming language is human. Everybody in the world is now a programmer. This is the miracle of artificial intelligence. The countries, the people that understand how to solve a domain problem in digital biology or in education of young people or in manufacturing or in farming, those people who understand domain expertise now can utilize technology that is readily available to you. You now have a computer that will do what you tell it to do. It is vital that we upskill everyone. And the upskilling process, I believe, will be delightful, surprising.
Garman's optimism and the insights from other tech giants highlight a common theme. AI is set to change the way we work, but it's up to us to adapt and leverage these advancements to drive innovation. The Deven AI impact, hype versus reality. All right, let's talk about Deven AI, because honestly, this one got way more attention than it probably deserved. When Deven AI first hit the scene, it was everywhere. People were hyping it up like it was the next big revolution in software engineering. Social media was buzzing, and for a moment, it seemed like Deven AI was going to completely redefine how coding works. But here's the reality. Deven AI's initial success wasn't quite the groundbreaking innovation people thought it was. Don't get me wrong, it did a few cool things. It packaged together some interesting features, like being able to browse the web, run code, and search Stack Overflow all within the same system. But if you strip away the flashy marketing, what you're left with is something that's not all that different from the AI tools we already had. Now, let's get real for a second. Critics have been quick to point out that Deven AI might be, well, a bit overhyped. A few months after all the hype, people are finally starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, they got a little too excited. Incremental but significant developments in AI. You might have heard of the SWE Bench, a tool designed to measure how well AI models can tackle real world software issues. Back on August 13th, 2024, OpenAI dropped a bombshell by introducing an updated version of this benchmark. They revealed that some tasks in the original SWE bench were just too tough or even impossible for AI to solve. This wasn't just a minor tweak, it meant that previous benchmarks were underestimating how capable these models really are. Think about it. When you're using a measuring stick that's not quite accurate, the results you get are skewed. That's what was happening with earlier benchmarks. OpenAI's new version aims to fix that, offering a more precise picture of AI's capabilities. And let me tell you, the progress has been impressive. In the 4 months since the Deven release, we've seen performance metrics in AI systems double. That's right, double. For instance, models like Amazon's Q Developer Agent and Factory Code Droid have made significant strides. But the star of the show? Cosine Genie, which recently achieved a remarkable 43.8% on the SWE bench. This isn't just a number, it's a testament to how rapidly AI capabilities are advancing. Just to give you some context, Deven AI was at 17% a few months ago, and now we're seeing models at 43.8%. That's a huge leap in a very short time. Let's break this down further. Early in 2024, AI performance on benchmarks was around 7%. Fast forward to now, and we're hitting 43.8%. That's a stark improvement, and it shows that AI is not just improving, but accelerating in its growth. This rapid development is a big deal because it hints at what's possible in the near future. Now, here's where it gets even more fascinating. We're not just talking about incremental progress. We're seeing a significant acceleration. Claude 3.5, for example, suggests that reaching 90% performance could be possible within 6 to 12 months. That's a bold prediction, but considering the current pace of improvement, it's not entirely out of the question. So why does this matter? Well, it means that the landscape of AI is changing quickly. As AI systems get better, they're starting to tackle more complex tasks with greater accuracy. This shift is important for software engineers and anyone involved in tech because it means the tools we use are becoming more powerful and capable. AI's increasing role in coding. Now let's talk about AI's role in coding. If you've been following the latest in software engineering, you know that AI is not just making waves, it's creating a tidal wave of change. So, why should you care? Well, imagine a future where coding is a lot less about grinding out lines of code and a lot more about overseeing intelligent systems that handle the heavy lifting for you. Sounds futuristic, right? But this isn't some sci fi fantasy, it's actually happening right now. Let's start by looking at some of the recent developments. Remember how I mentioned OpenAI's SWE bench? This benchmark is a critical tool that measures how well AI models can tackle real world software issues. It's like the ultimate test for AI coding capabilities. Just a few months ago, it was showing some impressive but modest results. Now, the landscape has shifted dramatically. AI models have been getting significantly better. For example, since the release of Deven AI, we've seen a doubling of performance in just 4 months. That's not just a small increment, it's a huge leap forward. We're talking about improvements from a meager 17% on the benchmark to a staggering 43.8%. And it doesn't stop there. Models like Cosine Genie are pushing these boundaries even further. This is not just incremental progress, it's a whole new level of capability. But it's not all smooth sailing. There's a lot of discussion around the benchmarks themselves. OpenAI admitted that their original SWE bench had some tasks that were just too tough or even impossible to solve, which might have led to underestimations of AI's true capabilities. They've since released a human validated subset of the SWE bench, aiming to give a clearer picture of what these models can really do. And it's clear AI is catching up faster than ever. What does this mean for you, the software engineer or aspiring coder? Well, if you're not paying attention, you might miss out on how these advancements could impact your day to day work. AI isn't just about automating repetitive tasks anymore, it's becoming an integral part of the coding process. From suggesting code snippets to solving complex problems, AI tools are starting to handle tasks that were once the domain of human coders. And it's not just about automation. AI is pushing the boundaries of what's possible in coding. We're seeing models that can perform at levels comparable to competitive programmers, like those using code forces. Imagine having a tool that ranks between an expert and a candidate master in competitive programming. Those are skills that traditionally took years of practice to develop. The role of frontier AI models in future coding tasks. Frontier AI models are the latest and greatest in AI technology models like AlphaCode 2, Cosine Genie, and Amazon's Q Developer Agent. They're pushing the boundaries of what AI can do, and they're starting to tackle coding tasks that were previously thought to be in the realm of human experts only. Think of it this way: frontier AI models are like the elite athletes of the AI world. They're not just participating in the coding game, they're redefining it. These models are trained on massive data sets, fine tuned with the latest techniques, and evaluated against rigorous benchmarks. The result? They're rapidly becoming capable of tackling complex software engineering tasks with impressive skill. Take AlphaCode 2, for example. This model has achieved a performance level that puts it in the 85th percentile of competitive programming. That's no small feat. It's solving problems at a level that's beyond what a junior software engineer typically handles, and getting close to what a mid level engineer might tackle. That's a huge leap forward from where we were just a year ago. But here's where it gets even more interesting. These frontier models are expected to continue improving at a rapid pace. We're talking about a potential doubling of performance in just a few months. This kind of acceleration means that in the near future, these models could be taking on even more sophisticated tasks, perhaps even handling 90% or more of coding problems with ease. Now, what does this mean for you as a developer or software engineer? For one, it's likely that the role of the software engineer will shift. Instead of focusing on routine coding tasks, engineers might find themselves working alongside these AI models to tackle higher level problems like system design, integration, and understanding complex user needs. As we've discussed, AI is rapidly transforming the landscape of software engineering. While it's becoming more capable of handling coding tasks, the role of the software engineer is evolving, not disappearing. The future of this profession will likely involve more strategic, creative, and collaborative work with AI systems, opening new opportunities and challenges. If you're interested in learning more about how AI will shape the future of coding, don't forget to check the description for more resources. Let us know what you think about the future of software engineering in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest tech insights. Thanks for watching.